Hello and welcome. I'm Parush Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. Today I have with me the talented cast and makers of Modern Love Mumbai. Hello everyone. Lovely to meet you. Cue laughter. That's right. Okay, so this one's for everyone across the board. In today's day and age, especially in India, how imperative was it to have Modern Love Mumbai and have these stories showing inclusivity, diversity in today's context for the Indian audience? Because I feel like there's a bit of a dearth of representation across the board. So
very important, very, very important, because traditionally I think Bollywood, or not just Bollywood, most of our film industries, they just mean man, woman, they love. But when it comes to diversity, when it comes to opening up dialogues, we've sort of been a little shy of it.
Sure.
And what it also does, is that here we have someone like Chang representing the Indo-Chinese community through love, which is an easy access, when it comes to telling stories about people from different communities. But maybe Chang in 5 years down the line will star in our version of a separation. Because you open the door through love, which is a great platform because people want to watch it, and then you can change it. Then you can explore so many emotions through these diverse stories, diverse backgrounds, diverse richness. That is just it just leads to exciting, stimulating, and fresh stories, which is really, really important.
Yeah, the first part is to at least cast people in it,
cast
get them
people.
through the door.
Yeah, and to make something which is good, which I hope all of us have done. And then, you can just tell them through mainstream stories and different stories.
Absolutely. Ritwik, what about you?
No, I completely agree with Dhruv firstly, and I think I fortunately started off my career when the so-called change went to its peak. This was post-lockdown, during lockdown, and from there on after, the first lockdown I'm talking about. So I'm a part of the movement that's happening. And I feel like if I consciously sit and try to be aware of what is this movement, everything that I'll try to do will become inorganic, for the lack of a better word. So I'm just glad I'm a part of the movement, I'm a part of the change, I'm present now in times when apparently it's better. So I just want to go with the flow, man. And I'm really happy with the flow that's coming in. We're going with the flow.
I think efforts तो बहुत वक्त से डाले जा रहे हैं. पहले थोड़े कम थे, अब हल्के से ज़्यादा हो गए एंड हम सब टाइम टू टाइम वो स्टोरीज़ और वो कैरेक्टर्स आई थिंक थ्रू सिनेमा लेकर आते ही हैं आगे. बट आई थिंक द लॉज नीड टू बी मोर स्ट्रॉन्गर नाउ, एंड कोई भी अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल चीज़ जब होती है तो उसके अगेंस्ट ऐसा सीरियसली लिया जाना चाहिए कि कल को व्हेन यू कमिट अ क्राइम विच इज़ अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल you're scared of it. I think वो laws भी अभी उतने strict नहीं है कि inter religion और inter caste marriage में अभी भी honor killing होती है, and it's not कि वो कुछ बहुत strict punishments हैं या फिर हमारा ये law and order बहुत ही उसको seriously ले रहा है उस level पे that people should be scared about it. So I think हम efforts तो सब कर रहे हैं, but I think it needs to be put across on a higher level,
Take it more seriously.
I think it'll be more impactful only then.
Sure. Chang, what about you?
They say that when you keep repeating something again and again, it becomes normal for everybody. What we are seeing in today's environment outside, or maybe it's just on Twitter, maybe it's just on social media, maybe it's just on the news channels, but when you keep seeing the same thing again and again, after a point of time, the hatred, चाहे वो जिस भी लेवल पे हो, जिस भी रीज़न के लिए हो, that becomes normal. And I feel that that is not the only thing that can happen. That can be countered with positive stories, inclusive stories. And अगर कोई नफ़रत को इतनी बार रिपीट कर सकता है कि हम सबको लगे कि हाँ ये तो नॉर्मल है, ये तो होता रहता है, then वही सेम चीज़ प्यार के लिए क्यों नहीं हो सकती? वही सेम चीज़ भाईचारे के लिए, दोस्ती के लिए, यूनिटी के लिए क्यों नहीं हो सकती? I feel that if we keep repeating these stories, we keep talking about it again and again, then things will change. They are changing. They already are. Yes, it's also the reality that sometimes the bad tends to outweigh, or at least seems to outweigh the good. But that does not mean the good quits the battle.
Absolutely.
That fight still has to keep happening, and one day at a time, Like I keep saying कि चाहे हम जो एफर्ट मारें या गवर्नमेंट जो एफर्ट मारे, जो कोई भी कुछ करे, सब कुछ रातों रात नहीं होने वाला है. Rome was not built in a day. These things will also not change in a day, but they are on the path to change. And that is अपनी सदी में, अगली सदी में जब भी होगा, it's going to be a watermark moment, watershed moment.
I think the pace can be faster. But
It can be, but realistically speaking.
Chang, क्यों हम होंगे कामयाब?
हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. मैं है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन.
ऐसे क्यों करते थे?
पता नहीं.
Is not having it.
आपके स्कूल में ऐसे नहीं करते थे?
बट क्यों करते थे?
पता नहीं, भाईचारा नहीं होगा आपके
basically,
स्कूल में.
I think a way of joining hands.
Yeah. Also just
Yeah,
a
there's
unity.
unity.
My school.
Slipped up there.
Divided we fall public school.
Chang, I want to know from you, how special is it to be a part of a project that is actually even bothering to represent the Indo-Chinese community?
I have to really thank Vishal sir for that he decided to make something like this. Aisa representation I have done before also, but that's mostly been as playing a Northeastern character.
Right.
There have been many people over the years who've wanted to document the Indian Chinese community. Like in a fictional sense, not too many stories are forthcoming as a primary story,
Yeah.
not part of the story. So I've done those also. So I would say that a big thank you to Vishal sir that he decided कि ये जो कहानी है जो किसी भी family की हो सकती है या किसी भी community की हो सकती है, it's centered around the Chinese Indian community so that you can explore that bit. And as Dhruv said, that sometimes when you tell different kinds of stories from the perspective of love, it gets across faster, it stays in your heart longer.
More acceptance.
More acceptance, and that is what the story looks at doing as well.
Absolutely. Following up on that, why do you feel our industry has been getting the portrayal wrong of, say, Indo-Chinese, Northeastern or other minority communities? And also, how do you think, being from the community yourself, we can make it better? I mean, a lesson, not a lesson, but just to like make yourself heard, how can we make it better?
Yeah, I actually don't see it as कि कोई maliciously ऐसा कुछ कर रहा है.
Right.
I feel that a lot of it comes out of genuine ignorance, and which is okay because all of us are genuinely ignorant about
Is it though?
many things. We are.
Matlab, is it okay though in today's
It's not
day and age?
okay.
Yeah.
But see, you have to give an opportunity to people to learn,
Yeah.
to correct their mistakes.
That's true.
अगर आप सीधे उनके पे चढ़ जाओ कि I am so offended that you did this and that,
Right.
then that does not work. Like when things have happened with me also, I've always taken it with a pinch of salt and I've tried to put a little bit of humor कि you know what, I forgive you. कोई बात नहीं, तू भी सीख जाएगा. कल हम गले मिलेंगे, इसके बारे में बात करेंगे. And things do happen. Like there's a funny incident that happened a couple of days ago at I was at a friend's place. I was just telling him a story and he's like, हाँ इस पे कुछ develop करते हैं, कुछ बनाते हैं. And suddenly his maid came in and she like भैया मैं mask पहन लूँ क्या?
Oh God.
Without knowing that I can understand
Right,
Hindi.
right.
So I'm like, कहाँ से आया? I didn't understand then that it was happening because of that.
Right.
But he looked at her and he's like, क्यों? अभी तो mandate नहीं है. तो बोलते नहीं, अब देखो ना आप किसको लेके आए हो. तो मैं मुड़ के बोला मैं यहीं का हूँ. But I was a little surprised that my friend didn't say anything. I thought that he would also, in a nice, funny way, say those things.
Right.
I do not hold that against him. I feel that a lot of things come from genuine ignorance as long as you're willing to learn, and that is what everybody is doing even in terms of portraying it on screen, portraying it in stories. कि धीरे धीरे आप सीखते हो. कई बार कुछ गलत portrayals हो जाते हैं. वो तब है जब आप genuinely invested नहीं हैं.
Right.
If it is as we've
When you
been
don't care about the story you're telling, really.
maybe you do, but maybe you're also adding a couple of things just as a
Sure.
token.
Sure.
You're not really researching into it. You probably haven't spoken to those people, getting their perspective. Dhruv had said a very cool thing about how having different kinds of writers from different places, different genders also really matters.
Yeah.
Brings a new perspective. तो वो जब चीज़ें सब साथ में आ जाएंगी, I think that is when we'll have more and more correct portrayal. And again, as I say, it could take some time, but as long as we are willing to learn and get better at it.
Absolutely. I was having this conversation with Alankrita as well. We were like, more people behind the lens in the writer's room that are actually inclusive and diverse. That's the only way that the storytelling will
And
change.
it is happening. Slow and steady.
Absolutely. Wamiqa, you're going all guns blazing these days. You have like, matlab, take a break, take a breath.
No.
So much is already released, so much is coming up. How does it feel being at this juncture of your professional life where you're getting that recognition, you're getting that offer, and there's project after project, and what has the journey been like so far for you?
Wow.
Deep question ho gaya na thoda.
I'll just say that it is never like what I imagined it to be. I always actually शुरू से तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि जब मैं चंडीगढ़ में होती थी कि बस बॉम्बे वेट कर रहा है कि वामिका कब पहुंचेगी.
हाय क्या बात है.
कि मतलब इतना पैम्पर्ड चाइल्ड रही हूँ मैं, और शुरू से ही like parents are also great. It's only because of my father that I am here or I am capable of doing what I want to do in my life. And thanks to him, we need more men like him. That's why my circle is also like,
Right.
वैसा ही.
Similar.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah. Be at this point in your
तो
life.
फिर जब बॉम्बे आए तो समझ में आया ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, तो कोई nobody was waiting for you,
दिल तोड़ दिया.
and बहुत
Cue some heartbreak song.
दिल के रास्ते में कैसी ठोकर मैंने खाई.
I told you. I'm gonna get it out.
नहीं अभी हैप्पी सॉन्ग आने वाला है.
तो फिर यहाँ के काफ़ी, एंड देन आई वाज जस्ट टेलिंग थोड़ी देर पहले कि 2019 में ऑलमोस्ट ऐसे क्विट्स हो गए थे मेरे कि बस मे बी. तो पता है मेरे डैड अपनी फैमिलीज में कैसी खबरें सुनाते थे. जैसे माई डैड इज़ वेरी सपोर्टिव, हाँ, बट जैसे बात में ऐसे कहते हैं कि उनके कोई दोस्त है आगे, उनकी बेटी बॉम्बे गई थी एक्ट्रेस बनने और अब 40 साल की होके वापस आई बेचारी. एंड मैं ना ऐसे कहीं से सुन ली वो बात, किसी से कर रहे होंगे, तो ना आई रिमेंबर 2019 में मुझे लगा मे बी यू कैन ऑल्सो बी दैट 40-year-old जिसका कुछ ना हो, because
But
definitely
you were doing so well in the Punjab industry, which is
but the kind of work that I wanted to do. I was frustrated with the lack of ऐसे अलग-अलग तरह के characters that I was like not getting,
that stimulation wasn't happening.
Yeah, and the kind of work that I wanted to do, the kind of work that जैसे भी I'm glad that I was not happy. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
If I was happy, कुछ नहीं होता,
Exactly.
तो उसी के बाद ना मतलब मुझे लगा था कि नहीं हो पाएगा ना. I was convinced.
Right.
And I was like मैं तो थोड़ा और ही spiritual path पे और ट्रैवल करूँगी और ये करूँगी, और एनिमल्स के लिए एक अलग ही प्यार. और मेरी लाइफ में उस वक्त कुछ लोग भी ऐसे आए जिनकी वजह से मेरे ये और बिलीव्स और स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गए अबाउट एवरीथिंग एल्स दैन दिस वर्ल्डली ट्रैप दैट वी ऑल आर इन. लाइक तभी जब ऐसे प्यार की बात आती है ऑलवेज से कि करियर और इन सब की चीज़ों के बगैर जी सकती हूँ, लाइक सबकी चीज़ों के बगैर मैं खुश रह सकती हूँ, बट प्यार एंड प्यार इज समथिंग जो आप खुद जनरेट कर सकते हो. आपको किसी की ज़रूरत भी नहीं है
Absolutely.
प्यार करने के लिए, तो वो वाली जर्नी मेरी वहाँ शुरू हो गई थी. एंड नाउ दिस हैपनिंग, एंड दिस हैपेंड राइट आफ्टर 3 months. जैसे ये मेरा थॉट आया क्विट करने का, एंड आई वाज ऑन इट, एंड इन 3 months आई गिव दिस ऑडिशन व्हिच बेसिकली दैट काइंड ऑफ चेंज माय लाइफ एंड गेव मी वैलिडेशन व्हिच आई वाजंट लुकिंग फॉर एट दैट टाइम, बट देन आई फाउंड अ बैलेंस इन माय लाइफ नाउ, एंड दिस ऑल ऑफ दिस हैपनिंग इन माय लाइफ इज, पता नहीं मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा खुश होना चाहिए या मुझे मतलब ऐसे होना चाहिए, बट मेरे में वो भी आ नहीं रहा है. बट मैं इतना जानती हूँ कि पर्सनली और करियर वाइज मैं इतनी खूबसूरत ज़िंदगी जी रही हूँ. मतलब मैं इजीली वो कर सकती हूँ कि अरे व्हाई कांट दिस, इतना है उतना क्यों नहीं, और उससे ज़्यादा क्यों नहीं. और पर्सनली भी मैं बहुत कंप्लेन कर सकती हूँ, प्रोफेशनली भी, बट मुझे कोई कंप्लेंट्स नहीं है. I'm living the best life.
Dhruv, as a director of an ensemble cast and especially in an anthology, what were the challenges that you faced, A, and then B, what were the things that flowed really, really seamlessly?
Taming the shrew.
Yeah, the challenge is, I think, because it's the first time I'm invested in a story that is not mine, it is an adaptation. So then I have to
that's a change for you.
behave as if it's not an adopted. The joke that I had with my writer, with my co-writer, was that it's like adopting a child. Everything is perfect about the child, but जिस तरीके से कहीं भी हंसता है ना,
Sorry.
हंसती है. That is what adaptation is.
That's hilarious. Oh God.
I love it.
Yeah, fair.
But that is what it is. You love everything. It's great. It's amazing. But you know, which happens with your own stories also, because they are
But then they're your own.
they are your own. And no, so the challenge is, first the challenge is to make it your own, you know. Then the challenge is to forget yourself
Right.
and think about the story only. And then once that happens, then it's seamless. So, I mean, the seamlessness does not exist like how Wamiqa said for her life without these challenges.
Right. Ritwik, you had nothing to do with this. It's all him. You did not help him whatsoever.
मैं वेट किया जा रहा है मेरा नाम आ रहा
See, Ritwik,
I'd like to
na.
thank my lovely cast.
Ritwik is Ritwik.
You let it be.
Oh my god.
Okay,
But,
Ritwik. Lastly, what do you want? No, not lastly. Second last. What do you want the audience?
wrong cue
What do you want the audience to take away from your character, and specifically in?
I love that.
Sacred Games 3.
In my defense, this is my 6th interview of the day.
Fair.
Bro, this is our 60th.
I have to ask the questions. You guys know what you're going to say. Anyway, I love Thane. Please.
What can they take away? Take me away, yeah? Take me home. I do not know what they'll take away from the film. I saw the film, and what I really liked from the episode, from the film, is the fact that I'm a huge fan of most beautiful things said in the most simplest ways. I think it's a sign of an intelligent person. You know, if they can explain to you simply what they want to say, they've actually understood it completely. And I think Dhruv has written complex is not really the best word to use, but layered situations with layered people in the most simplest manner.
Right.
And that stood out for me. So hopefully people take away the simplicity with themselves.
He has a bigger heart than you. He complimented you.
Always.
Just the better man between the two of you. I'm just letting you know.
That is because I'm fishing for his projects.
Okay, lastly, and this is perfect because this is the first time I'm getting two different anthologies sitting together. So this is a great question to ask you guys. Don't be diplomatic whatsoever, okay? Like, be real. Truly tell me, across the anthology, competition, insecurity, मेरी film best होनी चाहिए वाली feelings आती है नहीं आती?
हाँ, obviously.
मुझे तो नहीं.
मुझे तो आती है. मतलब ये नहीं कि बेस्ट होनी चाहिए बाकी बेकार, but
best.
मेरा तो
please से एक please हो जाए.
I'm looking at it in a little flip side of a manner. I'm worried. हमारा ठीक है, बाकियों ने क्या बनाया?
Nice. Dhruv?
No, I had it initially for a day, you know, when I asked them who the directors are.
Right.
Because that's when I was like talking to my partner and my cat, ke bhai, what the hell, you know,
Right.
is this fine? Because I don't want to be the guy who f***s up,
Right.
right? Because that's an obvious fear. But wahi hai, you know, that after point, nothing really matters. Genuinely nothing really matters other than the world that you're building and the character and your feeling towards them. And there, I don't really care, to be very honest. I genuinely don't care. You know, it could be a comic book. But if I'm in love with my characters
Right.
and what they're trying to get at, really doesn't matter, you know.
Fair enough.
So
Chang?
in the end.
I feel the pressure is good, but stressing over it is
Obviously,
useless.
that's the worst.
I mean, as Dhruv said, that once he just knew that what the thing is and
Right.
what his responsibilities, uske baad he has to do his own thing. If you keep constantly thinking about what the others are making, which you hope that they will also make a good thing, because overall it's
Should
an
be
anthology and everybody wants it to succeed. When you're doing your thing, you're just doing your thing. And you want to invest yourself completely in that and hope that हमने तो बहुत कमाल बनाई है, बाकियों ने भी कमाल ही बनाई होगी.
Fair enough. थोड़ा सा diplomatic था, but I'll take
I'll tell you what I'm
Such
looking forward to. You know, this may come across as diplomatic. I'm genuinely curious how do six minds look at love?
Yeah. That is
That's-
obviously we all are looking for.
Because when I went on Vishal sir's set, I saw, okay, for him love can be this.
Right.
You know, so that I'm genuinely curious, and I hope people are curious about that too.
Absolutely.
You know?
We are. I'd
Yeah.
like to tell you. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cue
Music?
some goodbye song.
तुमको भी कभी अलविदा ना कहना. क्या बात है?
Thank you so much, guys.
Chang, like मैं एक लाइन ही बोलूँगा.
देखो, इतने पैसे में इतना ही मिलेगा.
बाकी गाना सुनने के लिए मुझे लाइव गिग्स के लिए बुक करें. आपको सिर्फ कई लाख रुपए देने पड़ेंगे. यहाँ फ्री में आपको इतना ही मिलेगा.
Just in case, I think we forgot. 13th May, Amazon Prime. Modern Love. Please watch it.
Please watch it.